Hi guys, just thought I'd show you how to make your own muesli. It's so easy and you'll save millions of dollars because store-bought muesli is so ridiculously expensive. All I do is, so I've already put the oats in. I just get your big thingy, your Pam's rolled oats. So, you chuck a bit of that in in a baking tray sort of thing. I put 2 big dollops of that in, probably maybe 4 tablespoons. And then I've also got some walnuts in there. Now the thing with muesli is just use what you've got, which is what I'm all about. So sometimes I put almonds in there, sometimes cashews, sometimes I don't even have any nuts. But today I've got walnuts. I love cinnamon, so I've already, well, actually Jacob has sprinkled cinnamon in here. So you can just smell it as it's baking. It smells divine. And then I thought, hey, I have got some apple and pear in the fridge, so I've grated some of that up. The juice of that is really going to help get just like a really nice taste, consistent throughout, and it's like a nice consistency as well. So you just want to mix it in. Not going to lie, I usually get my hands in there. Yeah, so just stir that in. So I've probably already had this in there for, I don't know, 15 minutes. It's kind of like an ongoing thing. So if you've got like an hour or so at home. So I've got my oven on bake at about 150. And it's still not even up to temperature. Oh, it's just as now. I used to do it at 100, but I got impatient and it would take too long. So I do it about 150 now. And I've also got some linseeds here. I know you're supposed to soak them and la da da, but anyway, I'm going to throw a few of those in. So some other stuff that I've used before is sultanas. Hot tip for that, put them in after you've baked everything else, because I've made the mistake of putting them in too early and they just blew up and went rock hard, so that was not ideal. Another thing I've done is use like lemon zest or orange zest if you're going for like an orangey kind of vibe. Oh yeah, I'll chuck some salt in there because everything's better with a bit of salt. Now most recipes call for honey or some sort of sweetener, but what I'm going to do is just chuck in a bit of raw sugar. I just like that it kind of crystallizes in bits and it makes it go a little bit chunky. So that's just my sugar there. Not heaps, just a little bit, just to add a little bit of sweetness. And good old desiccated coconut. Because this is like a process, you put the oats and oil in first and let that go for a while, and then as they're starting to brown a little bit, then you add in your nuts and then put that back in for a while, and then when they're starting to look a bit brown as well, then you can pop in just obviously the things that take the longest to toast first, because desiccated coconut is great, but if you put it in too early, it just it gets scorched and then you can't really even tell what it is. So I will put some of that in, but I'm going to wait for a little while. Alright, so things are looking good. It's all a similar brown colour. Let's give it a bit of a stir. You can kind of feel the moist parts from the apple and pear, but that's good. It means they haven't shriveled up. You can see like there's bits that haven't quite toasted, so you just want to stir them around evenly. Don't worry too much about that, to be honest, though, because it's nice to have like a variety of textures. And now it is time for some coconut. So just scatter that on top and then stir it in. So I'm sorry I can't be accurate with times, but you kind of just go by what it looks like. So you're wanting to brown the oats in the oil, and then chuck in the nuts and kind of brown them a little bit. And then you want to put in, your moist, if you are, apple zest and stuff like that. And then, so the drier things like the desiccated coconut you're going to put in last, because otherwise it's just going to crumble up. Alright, so I'm going to chuck that back in for however long it takes to brown up. I'd say probably another 15 minutes or so. But yeah, you just hang around and check on it, and it should be all good.